Hello, my friend. This is Lavender. Happy Sunday. I am so glad that you are here. I'm so glad that you woke up this morning and you are breathing. Let's give thanks for life. Give thanks for life and take a deep breath together. And today, I would like to encourage you and uplift you with the information about how to love your enemies. You know, they say, love your enemies, but they don't tell you how. So in this video, I'm going to attempt to explain to you and share with you what has helped me personally on this journey of forgiveness. Because let's face it, we are all human. We all make mistakes. I'm not perfect. You are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Therefore, we make mistakes and we hurt each other unconsciously or consciously. It depends. Pretty much every person on earth probably has some kind of childhood trauma because that's just how it is in this world. So understanding that everyone has a battle that they're fighting in their life can really put things into perspective so that we can really take a step back and bring more understanding and love and compassion for each other. That, of course, never excuses any kind of bad behavior, any kind of poor behavior. No, it does not excuse anything. No. What I'm going to talk about today is a gift for you, for us, is a gift of forgiveness in the heart. And this is most importantly a gift for ourselves because nobody wants to carry heavy weight in their heart ever, because that can make you sick, that can make you feel all kinds of disorders like mental disorders. If you carry unforgiveness in your heart, it just creates a whole array of problems in your life. So it's worth it. It's so worth it to forgive. And sometimes it's not easy. People act in all kinds of harmful ways. People say all kinds of very harmful words to each other. We all do it all the time. We all slip from our conscious behavior all the time into unconsciousness. And that happens all day, every day, everywhere. So first of all, you gotta give everyone that benefit of a doubt and give everyone compassion and understanding. What helped me come to forgiveness in my heart and learn how to love my enemies. And by the way, when I say it, it's not like, oh, like that person is your enemy. What it means is really someone who's making you feel uncomfortable, you know, who sometimes someone who harmed you, sometimes people harm you. There's different levels of it, of harm that people do to each other. But it just means that someone that you're in conflict with, someone you're having difficult times with, we call it enemy. Let's just call it that word. It doesn't mean that the person is like trying to kill you or something terrible like that. And sometimes that is also true. There's different levels of it. So when I say enemy, I really mean some kind of difficult situation. It doesn't even have to be a person. It can be a situation that's giving you unrest. And so what has helped me to find forgiveness in my heart for anyone or anything is one magic word, is understanding. Yes, love is understanding. And by bringing understanding into the equation, we can find forgiveness. What has helped me is to put myself in that other person's shoes and walk a mile in their shoes and really think about what might it be like for them to walk their path and for them to experience all these things that they experience. People can tell you all kinds of things that happen to them, very tragic things sometimes, but you cannot really feel it in the degree that, to the degree that they feel it. So you never know what kind of personal trauma or what kind of personal pain someone can be carrying around with them. And it might be a lot. And really putting yourself in another person's shoes and walking a mile can really give you a different perspective as to why they are acting the way that they do. And that is a very, very, very powerful practice. And whenever I get upset about someone being difficult with me, or just some kind of difficult situation, I always right away, I'm like, oh, I wonder what it is like to be them and to experience all of that emotional pain and trauma and childhood trauma. Some people are aware of it and other people are not. So a lot of people are carrying around their traumas and use substances to numb the pain. And we all do it. We all do it because life is hard. Life is painful. Life can be really, really, really difficult. And a lot of people have different karmas. People come to this life with past life karmas. If you believe in reincarnation, to me, that theory makes total sense because, how could you explain some like childhood diseases sometimes, or something that a person experiences that like there's no way that they deserved it or they did something bad for that to happen to them. So sometimes life is just unfair, so unfair, because that's how it is. A person has to learn a certain lesson in life and they experience certain hardships in life. And what is here to understand is that everyone can be experiencing something really heavy. But to find compassion for that person takes a superpower. That's why people like Amma, the hugging saint, do you guys know Amma? I am completely, completely inspired by this woman. She's this woman from India who goes around the world and embraces people. She gives hugs. She has embraced more than 35 million people, or probably more at this point. And I have been embraced by her probably like 5 times in my life. I love her so much. And you can just feel that aura, that energy of compassion in her heart. When she hugs you, she really holds you so tight. She whispers something into your ear and she just rocks you like a baby. Everyone is her child. To me, Amma is a representation of divine feminine in the world. Amma is really a saint. That's why they call her hugging saint, because that level of compassion that she has is just unparalleled. I don't know anyone. There's probably people like that too, but she does it on such massive level, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful presentation of love and compassion in the world. If you guys don't know Amma, check her out. And I really hope that you can get a hug from her at least once in your life, because it's unforgettable, beautiful spiritual experience like no other. And she understands very well this concept that people come to this life with a lot of karmas and difficult lessons that they have to go through. And it's just so hard sometimes. It's so difficult. And she knows that. And she loves every single person that she hugs with the same kind of love, like for everyone. Oh my God, it makes me cry just to think about her, like her level of compassion in the world. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I'm talking about it because she is a human representation of this compassion that is possible. So I look at her and I know that compassion and love are possible. And that's what inspires me every day, to have a better understanding of why people hurt you, because you know, they go through difficult passages in their own life, and sometimes it's hard for them to respond in the most kind and compassionate way. Anyone, me as well, you know, I go through these passages myself, and sometimes it's difficult. I'm not always perfect at responding. I'm not always perfect at behaving, and I love to forgive. I love to forgive. This morning I had this beautiful moment of forgiveness. I just got tired of carrying around all that heavy weight, and I just consciously forgave every single person that I had difficulties with. And it made me feel so much better. And that's why I'm talking about this, because forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you to have peace in your heart. And doesn't mean at all that you have to put up with any kind of poor behavior. Like I said, setting up boundaries is very healthy strategy for dealing with difficult people. But you can forgive at a distance. You can forgive people who are not in your immediate vicinity, and people who are far away or not even here on this earth anymore. The point is that you forgive it in your heart. You can consciously take a minute every day and consciously go through all these difficult situations in your life and start forgiving them for yourself. And you know, a very, very specific magic happens when you forgive, is that the situations turn around. They really do turn around. Once you forgive someone in your heart, you will see that the situation will change, and it's incredible, because grace happens with forgiveness and love. There's grace, there's divine grace of God that happens when you forgive and when you bring harmony to your relationships. So I encourage you today to go down this list of things or people that are unforgiven in your heart, and try to find some understanding. Try to find some understanding for them. Try to understand their pain. Try to think about their childhood and things that happened to them. And a lot of very, very hard things happen to people, and they act a certain way that is not aligned with compassion and love, and we have to forgive it. And it's very difficult sometimes, depending on the degree of the hurt inflicted. It can be very, very difficult, and it's a whole process. But I promise you, once you find that understanding, it's like a waterfall of light that's coming over you and cleansing you out from the inside out, cleansing you everywhere, cleansing your whole being with grace. It's a waterfall. You might even start crying when you forgive people, because you might start having a love attack, this like compassion attack. You'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe that I didn't forgive this person, because it might be so difficult for them. And It's amazing, guys. I really hope that you can try it. It's the most profound thing that I found in my life to help me forgive and let go. And it's a daily practice because, things happen to us, and we can make it a daily practice and consciously go down on the unforgiveness list and forgive people. And by doing that, we are training this forgiveness muscle. And, the more you do it, the easier it gets. So at some point in the future, you wouldn't even have to do it because you would naturally carry that understanding and love for the other, in Lakesh Alakin, I am another you. So that's another way of looking at forgiveness, because we are all reflections of each other. One love, one heart. We might appear differently, but we are all the same. We are all made out of the same stuff. We are all human family. We really are. Have you ever done mushrooms and saw the reflection in another person's face, reflection of your face? I actually had that experience, and that was so profound, and that really helped me solidify this notion of we are all one, because it's hard to understand it, when you say we are all one, but how could we be all one if everyone is so different, right? But everyone is different, but yet the same. So we are all one. So seeing each other as brothers and sisters on this earth, doing this life thing together, that's so hard sometimes. Seeing each other as brothers and sisters really helps to understand understand everything. Really is the key to peace. So I encourage you guys to find this unity in this polarized world of duality. We can find unity, one love, one heart, one people, one spirit, one soul. We are all divine beings with different degrees of karmic assignments here, doing our best. We are doing our best. So remember that. When someone hurts you, remember that. Sometimes it's helpful to take a deep breath before you respond with an angry comment or fight back with your words and your energy. Take a deep breath and create a little space. Create a little space. And the deeper you breathe, the bigger the space becomes until it dissipates and it's no longer there. That wall is no longer there. Use these tools, like breath is a very, very, very important tool. Using these tools can really help us to create space when we are being unjustified, hurt, whatever it is. Breathe and find understanding and love, because understanding is love. To love is to understand another person, to put yourself in their shoes and pray for them. And that's another level of it. Pray for those who hurt you. How do you do it? With understanding that they don't know what they're doing. That's what Christ said, and that's so powerful. It's probably the most powerful thing and the hardest thing to do. But it's only hard in the beginning, and the more that we do it, the easier it gets. Pray for those who prosecute you, who hurt you. Pray for those. Find compassion. Find understanding. No matter how hard it gets, we can always find understanding, because we are all children of hurt children. We are all children of hurt children. If you have problems with your family members, which is a lot of times the case for many of us, think about your mother and father, their upbringing, their childhood, what happened during their childhood. And you will find compassion and understanding. See them as a child. That's another powerful practice, is seeing that person who's hurting you as a little child that is just reaching for love but cannot get it for some reason. You can try to give them love. It doesn't have to be in person. You can do it in your heart for everyone. You can do it in your heart for whoever. You do not need to be around those people who are hurting you, no, but you forgive for yourself. These are very, very powerful teachings, and I really hope that we can be strong in our love, strong in our light, strong in our forgiveness and understanding, and take a closer step towards unity. I love you guys. Happy forgiveness. I want to know what you think about it and how it went for you. Let's try to forgive everyone this week and just drop off this baggage that we don't need to carry around anymore. No. Light up your world. Light up your world. Light up the world. Let's light up the world together. I love you. Mwah.